So I took a bad trade earlier. I did not pay attention to my 5-minute chart. That got me into trouble. Trying to short, I know, was a bad idea. Just recapping here. Uh, let's go back to the exponentials here. Where'd I short? Oh, well, it was dropping down right here real nicely. Real nicely. Took a short, it popped up. What did that look like on my 5-minute chart when I was taking that short? Well, it looked like this right here. This was bouncing up strong over the top of the moving averages in that consolidation area, right in this area right here. That's what it looked like. I was trying to short in that area right there. And I smacked myself because I did not have agreement on both of these time charts. I was fighting one and hoping the other one would change with it. And when that happens, I get smacked. I get smacked bad. But that was a 1-to-1 loss. We got back in. What did we do? We saw this change of direction on the 5-minute, and then we saw the change of direction right here on the 5,000. Let me put it right here, right there. Okay, let's take a look at this. Back to the main screen here. Okay, yeah, right up here, everything was going up. Well, you know, I figured I had one of my charts, one of them, the 5,000 was going down right here, but the 5-minute was up on top. So I took the short down here thinking, well, at least I have the 5,000 agreeing with me. And once it switched sides and they both are going in the same direction, I caught this trade right here and had a 4-to-1 return. My target was literally at the high pivot level right here. And that's exactly where it went before it started coming down. It swept that by 1 tick. And you can see the trade, the arrows and everything. Let's go back over here. You can see the arrow right here where I got out right there, a couple of ticks, and it started coming back down. You can see where my entry is right here, right here. And I am so grateful. I'm finally starting to hold my winners. This is a breakthrough for me. This is something that I realized I was missing, and the only thing stopping me from being profitable. My first trade, I lost $100. My second trade, I made almost $100, or I lost 100, so I must have made 200 on this because I'm up 100 basically. So I reversed it. Oh, because I had the whole 4-to-1, almost 4-to-1. Holding I almost wanted to get out right here when it hit 1-to-1. I almost wanted to get out here at 2-to-2, but literally practicing my mental control and emotional control is what's making the difference. I'm literally not watching the P&L has made a difference also. Turning off the P&L and saying, I'm going to take these trades and see what it looks like at the end of the day. And I did that. And I turned on the P&L at the end of the day and I was positive. And then I was learning that the only reason I'm negative is because I'm not holding my winners or I'm taking bad trades. A bad trade was my very first trade today. I didn't keep my rules. I know what my rules are. I know what my rules are. I know what seems to work for me. And if I don't do that, it hurts when I have a loss because I don't mind losing good trades. I switched my mindset about a month ago that my goal was to lose good trades. And I was literally not caring if I lost it. I put my mind and my spirit in a place where I was like thinking, let's lose this trade. I know it's backwards. It's completely backwards to normal thinking. And I was like, okay, I'm taking a perfect trade here. Let's lose it. And I got my mind wrapped around the idea of not caring if I lose a good trade. That has made a huge difference in me being able to hold my winners. That is, I don't even know where I got that from. Somebody said one day in a stream, as long as it's a good trade, don't worry about losing it. And I said, you know what? That is absolutely the philosophy you need to have. Okay, I'm going to adopt that for like a week is all I did. Now, for the last 2 weeks, all I've been doing is practicing holding my trades. Literally, I don't even care if it wins or loses. I'm going to hold for 2 or 3-to-1. And I have seen excellent results. And I said, this is what I've been missing. This is what I've been missing. I'm too scared to lose. I'm too worried about breaking even for the day and getting out of my winners because now I'm at break even. And those adjustments have made a huge difference in my trading life. Okay. There we go. So now it's just a matter of continuing down this path. I know where I want to get in. My goal is to get in now when green takes out red. If I have agreement on the time charts, 15 minutes green, bullish, the 5 minutes bullish, the 5,000's bullish. So all I got to do is wait for green to take out red. This one would have failed right here if I gotten in. Some of the, I'm also learning that wait until it drops. Like if I try to do it when it's going down, it fails, it fails, it fails, it fails. Wait until it goes up and then you get a red area taken out by green. It's more successful. Doesn't mean it's going to work. Just seems to be better for me. Like if I would have tried this one right here, that would not have worked. Green took out red. The red was right here. Green took it out and it would have failed. Okay, no problem. But off of the close of yesterday, which is I can ignore the downtrend if I have a reason. My reason would have been this is a substantial support level. If I would have used this red area and got long there, then I would have had perhaps a winning trade. It depends on if I would have been able. Let me see what I've done. It would have hit 1-to-1 right there if I got on that trade based on the close of yesterday. Okay, based on the close of yesterday. Now that it's consolidating above the close of yesterday, it is making lower highs. It could consolidate and push down. That's not, but I want to see a strong close up here, red, and then ignored to go up. So the pattern I'm looking for is here, here, and here, taking the trade on that right there. And I got to wait. And that's another thing that I've learned. Wait for your setups. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually growing up here. I'm actually turning into a better trader, and right in front of my eyes, I'm seeing development manifest. It's like, this is kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So it's got to close above and that's a higher low off of yesterday's close. I want to see red, and then I want to see it go right back up over the top of the red if it's going to go, because it's just making lower highs right now. This is an interesting potential idea right here. If it goes over the top of that, I mean, I'm so willing to possibly take that trade.
Order submitted.
I can put my order in even, but it's got to get up over that. It's got to get up. Oh, I didn't take this one here. I didn't take that one here because, well, I could have taken that one. I could have. I really could have taken that one. Why didn't I, and why wouldn't I? I don't think there's any reason why I wouldn't. Finding out where the red is too, when you get
order filled.
Okay, we're in this trade. Let's just see if it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't care anymore. I want to take decent trades. Uh-oh, let's get our stop in.
Order submitted.
And if it gets volatile from news or whatever, you can't help that. Good trades can go bad if there's some kind of news. What is it, 10:15? I don't even know what news there is out there. I'm still trying to understand why I would not have taken this trade here. And I really don't see a reason why I would not have taken that trade. So let's just mark that out as let's say I did. So there's two ideas. One I took and one I should have taken maybe. Okay, so here we go. The first one would have hit 1-to-1. And I can break even on this if I want, or I can, since I'm green now, I don't want to give anything back. But I'm going to go ahead. This is only half of my profits, so I'm playing with green. I'm playing with house's money. I think I can feel comfortable with holding this at least. Let's try to
Order
at least get
submitted.
a 2-to-1 out of this. Let's see if it'll get back up here to this level where it was rejected earlier. Or I could just take a 1-to-1 and keep scalping now that I've now that I've got a profit and just sort of add a little at a time on it, it's possible to do it that way. I could break even and just maintain the profits that I have for the day. That is a good idea. I might just break even here at 1-to-1 and then see if it keeps running. And I may end up losing, breaking even on this trade. So that's okay. Or I could just take my profits right now. I could just, but this pattern over here is looking so good. And it's, when things start flowing good, maybe if it was more choppy, I would be quick, take your profit, take what it gives you. But it seems to be flowing relatively smoothly for the NASDAQ. It might break even here. Create another high, a higher low would be good. I'm not going to get out based on fear, and I'm not going to get out based on price act. I'm going to get out based on my plan. That is the key. And not caring if you lose. I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough, not caring if you lose. I lost 5 in a row last night. And then I realized what the heck I was doing wrong, and I switched directions and went short. Because if you notice last night, the NASDAQ went up over the high of the previous day, and then it came back down. I was still trying to go long after it came under the high of the previous day. And I finally
Order
realized,
canceled.
okay, we're broke even on that. I finally realized, switch directions. And I did, and I made all my money back. And once I made my money back and was green, it was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I wanted to go to bed. I said, this is excellent. And I studied what I did wrong. And then I realized you don't do that. The close of yesterday, the high of yesterday, and the low of yesterday are so significant. So we're above the close of yesterday. Let's take a look at the day chart here for a second. The day chart, well, it's right in the middle. Yeah, I probably should have took my 1-to-1. The day chart, it's right in the middle of the close of yesterday and the high of yesterday. Let me get rid of this here. Yeah. So I should have taken my 1-to-1. I should have took it just because it's the most bullish of all bullish is when price is above both the close and the high of previous day. And then you're just like, let that sucker run, brother. Let that sucker run. But it may be stuck in this range and play head fakes to both sides. It might go back down and test the overnight low. The NASDAQ can do anything. The NASDAQ is capable of doing anything. Never, ever think you know what it's going to do. And I say that with tongue in cheek because my goal was for that to come up here and hit this pivot on the 15, and that's exactly what it did. But people thought it would never go up there. I'm thinking the NASDAQ loves to stop hunt. So when you have that mentality, your targets are much more clear. Did I think it was going to keep going? Not really. Now, the stop is way down here. In your mind, you might think, it'll never do that. What? You haven't been trading long enough, my friend, if that's what you think. You can always tell people who've never traded longer than, maybe a year or two. They think that this would never happen. I remember thinking it would never happen many times when I was trading, and I got smacked down. And I started realizing anything can happen. So now it's consolidating below the close. If my 5-minute was agreeing with that, I would be going short on the consolidation, but it doesn't. It doesn't agree. My 2 charts that I like to use do agree. Now, if I wanted to take a quick scalp, I have permission because my exponential system, which is one's 10 times greater than the other, whatever I'm trading on, let me see. No, it's not. I need a 250 for that. Okay. There's a chance I could short this because I have permission to do a quick scalp, but it's not the kind of trade I want to hold. So I got 2 ways I'm trading. I want to hold when I got everything going in the same direction. I want to quickly scalp if I got my exponential system lined up. They agree. If these two charts agree, then I can go in that direction. So this would be quick scalping, not long holding. And yes, I can see some short setups based on this right here. I don't have a problem with taking those. If I'm green, I'm green today, I can play with some of that money. So yeah, I could probably take some shorts here. Do I want to? Not really. I'm just high right now on just that winner that I had, and I'm so glad I broke even on that second trade. I should have took 1-to-1. I should have took 1-to-1. But I broke even nonetheless, so it was not a loser. And these are starting to develop. You see red taking out green. You see red taking out green. And see, I have on my 5-minute chart, I got it breaking down. I got it breaking down on my 5-minute chart. Or, I'm sorry, my 5,000 tick. It's breaking down. But it's not breaking down on my 5-minute chart. Does that mean I can't take a trade and hold it? I can scalp if I have permission on my exponential charts. Meaning if this is a 10,000 tick chart on the left, then exponentially lower would be a 1,000 tick chart. 5,000 tick chart on the left and a 500 tick chart on the right. And sometimes I use a 1,000 tick chart on the left and a 100 tick chart on the right. But I have permission to take these scalping trades right here. We have room to go down to that pivot level all the way down here. People say, oh, the price would never do that. My friend, you have not been trading very long if you think that's possible. It's impossible for price to do anything. Okay, so where am I at? Well, I don't know. I could just stop trading for the day, to be honest with you, but I want to keep watching price action. I want to keep confirming my ideas. I want to keep trading mentally. I could lower my size, and since it's in between close, back and forth, under and over close of yesterday, it's a red day, but yet there's some strong bullish opportunities. Quick scalps is probably the thing I might try to do and only do if I have agreement on my exponential charts. Going for targets if there's room, but right now it's gone so far. I'm just observing all these different opportunities I missed. I mean, I missed all these. And see, last night I was taking every single trade. That's why I made my money back. I switched directions. I should show exactly what happened last night because it was unbelievable. If I can find it on the 5-minute here. I don't want to get into it, but that's what happened. Look at this. Look at this ugly, ugly, ugly 15-minute candle chart. You don't know what price is going to do, man. You don't know what price is going to do. So find a system that works. It's coming back down to this consolidation area right here, but it's below previous day's close. I have everything on my exponentials are going down. There's no reason for me to buy this long unless I don't really want to. These are the two ways I like to trade and the most profitable and I'm the best at. There are other things I like to do when I'm kind of in play mode. Sweeping liquidity using hammers and 3-bar reversal techniques have worked out pretty good. That's if I feel, feeling frisky and I just want to play around with my profits. And if I'm profitable, I can take extra trades like that. Once it sweeps this liquidity level here, see what happens on the lower time chart here and see if you get some development to a reversal pattern. See what happens. But it looks like it wants to sweep that liquidity down to bottom. That's probably where it's going. And if I did get short and it kept going in my favor and I would move my stop down. You don't have to take a 1-to-1, but I would break even pretty quickly on this trade. And I would probably move my stop here and then here and then here. I might be here at the moment and then I'd be targeting. It just hit that pivot level. Look at this. It just hit that pivot level. It went right below that pivot level. just like people would say, oh, it's never going to come back down there. It just did. It just did. Wow. So while I'm talking and making this live stream, I'm missing, I mean, if I wasn't talking and I wasn't live streaming, I would be in these trades more than likely because I'd be focusing and concentrating on the trading rather than making the video. I know me, I'd be wanting to take these and I'd be doing quite well on these. Now we have the 5-minute chart breaking down below all the moving averages and the 5,000 and everything from that point down. Even the 15-minute has fallen sharply below. But because it's such a choppy sideways deal, it's turning into be a what I would call an unpredictable day. So take what you can get now. Take your 1-to-1. Trail it as fast as possible. If you can break even when you can, and that's the way it would be trading the rest of the day here. I know in some of the other live streams, they were going short, and I think they influenced me to take that first short that I lost. I heard some other people that I like to watch saying, I'm going short, and I saw my 5,000 tick, and I said, you know, my exponentials were going in the right direction. I guess exponentially I would have taken it, but I wasn't taking the exponential trade. I was literally taking a trade that I wanted to hold, so my mind wasn't in the right place for that. But it would have been a loser regardless. Let's go look. Where did I take that trade that I lost? I want to study that now. Studying is nothing more than back testing. When you study your trades like this, it's really called back testing. And there it is right there. I want to look at this. So exponentially speaking, if I did take that short, and I was taking it because I saw my exponential charts and I wanted a quick scalp, let's study it. Let's study it. Let's take a look at what would have happened here. Well, I wouldn't have taken it that far down. And in fact, I remember saying, this is a bad entry. Bad. So bad. I mean, I literally took it. I don't need this anymore. It swept the pivot. That was just showing me where the target was. Right here, I literally got in right there where that dot is, at the bottom. I wasn't taking an exponential trade. I was taking a higher time chart trade, and I had my reasons to hold it. And on the left and on the right, you see they're both going down at that time. At that time period, everything looked like this. At that time period, everything looked like this. I said, okay. But I wasn't looking at these charts, and my mindset wasn't in exponential mode because I would have taken that trade way up here. And I probably would have gotten a 1-to-1 on it. Let me just examine. Yeah, I probably would have taken it on as soon as this, let's see. If I'm in my mindset of, yes, I see exponential opportunity, I'm going to go to the lowest time chart. In this case, it's a 250 tick. On the right is a 2,500 tick. I would be waiting for the last green that happened, which was this last green move here, because it came down and it went up. As soon as that's taken out, let's just say I got in late here too. Let's say I got in late down here, or even here. Anywhere in this area, which is incredibly late. My stop would have been at the high, and it looks like it would have hit 1-to-1. It's possible if I thought the day was going to continue down that I would have tried to hold it, and it still could have been a loss. I got out up here. This level was still, regardless of where I got on, that was my stop out right there. That's it. So there's no reason to change your stop loss. No matter where you get in, your stop loss, there's nothing more important than knowing where you're going to get out. You hear people say that, you're hearing me say that, you'll hear it 1,000 times. But when you practice it, your whole world's going to change. In trading, your whole world will change. You will have a revelation in your mind that is going to blow your mind. moving the stops, adding the losing trades. That's for rookies, man. That's for beginners who don't know what they're doing. Never add to your losing trade and never, ever move your stop. Because if you have the mindset that I'm looking forward to losing, let's say your goal, make a goal to lose 5 good trades today. See if you can. You might not be able to. If you're taking good trades, you won't lose. But just make it a goal one day and go, you know what? My goal today, I'm going to dedicate this day to Trade Simulator. That's what I'm trading right now is a simulator. I got all my money accounts for days that I'm more confident. I'm not confident today at all because it's in between two ranges that are incredibly, I'll take my dedicated money accounts and trade them when I have a completely obvious bullish day or a completely obvious bearish day, and it's just all green light to go. That's when I trade the PA accounts from Apex. So yeah, if I was trading exponentially, this would have worked, or at least break even, and maybe not. Maybe I would have still lost. But the 5-minute chart, I wanted everything to agree. And at that time, the 5-minute chart literally, well, let's draw the circle on it. Where was the 5-minute chart? Right there. Literally right here. It just spiked completely up on this magnificent candle, and it was coming down right here, and it was bouncing off these moving averages, and I was trying to short it. I was trying to short it. And I've done that before and it's worked, I guess. I got to work that out in my mind, And again, I've ignored the 5-minute chart many times because I've had exponential trading going good. When it was looking, let's see, right over here. Let's take a look at this right here on the exponential charts. Here it starts to break down below the close of the previous day. Well, what's the 5-minute chart looking like up here? Way up here on the 5-minute chart, you can see that red candle just pushing below the dash, that dash line, which is the close of yesterday. It's still quite bullish and quite strong, right? And let's take a look at the 5,000 tick chart. Over here, it looks much better. You can see the breakdown is much more clean. Everything's rotating. The moving averages have crossed, but not on the 5. I've ignored that discrepancy before when I'm trading exponentially. When I got my 2 charts that I like to trade exponentially, I ignore that discrepancy. So I want to see what would have happened here if I was in my mindset at the close. Where is it? I want to see that. Here it is. Here it is. Let's get inside. Let's back test. Back testing is just examining your missed trades or trade setups that you could have had. These 2 areas are if I was trading exponentially. There's plenty of opportunity in this. And none of these pullbacks up high went over any of the other previous pivots, so your stop loss would have been beautifully protected all the way down. Boy, did I miss that. But what we did get is a 4-to-1 hit, a 4-to-1 up here after I lost that trade. After I lost this trade right here, I waited for my 5-minute and 5,000 tick chart to agree, and we got long right here. And my stop was literally, where was my stop? My stop was right here. Yeah, I almost got stopped out. But it went up and up and up, and I said, let me see if it's going to sweep that pivot level. And I said, I'm just going to make myself hold it. And that pivot level right there on the right over here, it came a couple of ticks over the top. And that's where I got out. And then if I wanted to short this on the way down to this pivot level, my chance to get in was after it closed down below this dashed line right here. That's the previous day. Look at that consolidation, green bar ignored, boom, pintail. That's everything you need to take a short. And you have agreement with your lower time chart right in this area right here is where I would have entered on this area here. I would have entered on this area here. I would have probably wanted to enter in on a pullback. What I've been doing is if I'm determined to take the trade already on the higher time chart, after it breaks down below here, I will try to get it as it gets as close as possible to these upper ends. So I literally would take the trade like this. I would get in on it bouncing up. I've been taking them on the breakdown. I like the breakdown as much. It's more expensive to take the breakdown. So right here is the best, the first entry, because you see this green right here was ignored. This green going up, stop loss, enter on the breakdown of that green area. And it came back up, but it didn't go over the top. My idea to get the best, cheapest price is if I would have entered there, and I've done this, I missed my entry, and I said, you know what, I should be in this trade, and I'm not. It's a gift from God that price comes back up here. Now, instead of being in here, I've jumped in up here, and it got a better entry. And if it stops me out, I don't lose as much. That's how I play these now. That's how I play these now. And it is working good. I'm seeing good results, man. I can't tell you how many times I was like, man, I'm so glad I missed the trade, because if I get in higher and then it goes up and stops out, I said, there's no reason for me to change my stop loss. This is where my stop loss was going to be. I'm not going to put it up here now. I'm not going to change. This was my entry. My entry was right here. And that's the trade I wanted. There's an opportunity right there. But notice it's consolidating above yesterday's close. And sometimes that means the consolidation is a sign that it is going to go down. And so it's possible. I have taken those trades and they do pretty good. Well, what's better? Wait for it to come up. We know that this happens. We know that price just comes right back up to test. Why not get in up here on the test? How many times has price come back up here on the test to retest the breakdown level? So many. So many. So there's so many opportunities. There's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance. And finally, there's a chance to get in this particular trade down. And the whole point of getting in this particular trade is because price is looking like it wants to push. Well, first of all, it swept the pivot high. There's no reason for it to go back high now. When price got up here, or wherever it was that it swept on that chart, when price got up higher, where I took my profit, probably up here. Yeah, there it is. When price got up here, there's no reason for price to go back up there anytime soon. So it's definitely, if it looks like it wants to go down below the close, there's a reason why. There's something going on. It wants to go, and where did it want to go? To the next pivot level, where it just swept right here, where we said, I bet you it goes down there again. Welcome to the NASDAQ. This is the MNQ, but they both trade very similar. Welcome to the NASDAQ. And this is why I like the NASDAQ, because this is what it does every single day. It loves to stop hunt. So having that understood with the close of yesterday, I can see now that I missed a beautiful short opportunity. Okay. What time is it? 10:30. Let's just see if there's any real trading going on that I can do here. I've been talking so much. I want people to learn this for free on my channel. If they like it, what they're seeing, and they can practice the stuff, the mental and emotional and psychological things that I've learned that completely changed who I am as a trader are so real and so powerful. I want to share that with everybody. And it's up to them to go out and practice it. Like literally, I recommend everybody out there who's new to take a single day on a simulator and just say, this is my goal today. And maybe, and I say do it for a week, because I did it for 2 weeks and it changed my personality. Whatever your system is, whatever you call a good trade, see if you can lose 5 in a row and see what happens to your mind. I dare you. I dare you. You might find that you can't lose 5 good trades in a row. You might find that out, and it will blow your mind that you've discovered that. It is absolutely beautiful. Also, I recommend to all new traders, well, that's helping with the not caring if you lose. It's so important you develop that. Don't care if you lose. See if you can actually lose 5 good trades in a row. I don't think you can. If your system's half decent, I don't even know. I think the charts that I've seen, if you got a 50%, you can't, I think you can lose up to 6 or 7 in a row, like statistically, probability speaking. See if you can hit that. Study the charts that are out there right now that show you what the probability of what you can lose. Let me see if I got this in my... win rate. A win rate chart right here will tell you what the probability is of losing that many in a row. Let's see what this says. And see if you can lose that many. Break even win rate. Break even win rate. Well, right now I'm sitting at 47% and I'm green. I'm still trying to wrap my head around, but that includes all my trading stuff, my playing, and my goofy trading and everything. And I'm at 47%, but I'm still green. I'm starting to realize, and that includes all my accounts, simulator, PA accounts, everything. I just want to see overall what, sloppy as I can be, can I still be green? And I am. I'm like, wow, I'm trading ridiculous and reckless. And if I just tighten that up, I'm gonna do quite well, thank God. Yeah, if I just clean up the reckless stupidity and video game trading, which I've done in the last 3 weeks, I've gotten serious. Let's take a look at this. There's a chart that I have that shows you the probability of how many losing trades you can have in a row. And I think for 50-50, it was like 7 in a row if you have a 50% win rate. But whatever it is, set a goal. I'm going to lose 7 trades in a row. I'm going to lose 5 trades in a row, and I'm going to take only good trades. That means you're not going to be. You're going to have to restrain yourself from taking trades that are not A+. You're going to have to restrain yourself if you want to test this out. This is a reason why only 3% of people actually make it. 5% of people actually make it. Because the knowledge that's being shared is not practiced. 10 years of trading, and I'm just now figuring this out. And they've told me this years ago. Sure, they've told me. I just didn't do it, man. I just didn't do it. I don't know where that chart's at. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but is there a trade I could take right now? I don't care if I lose. Can I just demonstrate the I don't care if I lose attitude? Well, I have to get everything into a beautiful trade, and I don't see that. Let's see if, what do we got here? Is everything picking a direction? And when I say a beautiful, good A+, everything's got to agree in the same direction, and everything has got to be clear. And I don't see that. This 15-minute chart is not clear. It is a scalper's paradise. It is a range trading paradise. And I do have range trades, but when it comes to practicing my mentality, I don't want to take those because it's my third way of trading. The 2 ways I like to trade is everything goes in the same direction, or exponentially. I'm just going to forget what the 5, the 15, and the hour is, and I'm just going to switch down to my exponent. If these 2 charts agree, I'll take the trade. So let's just see if I can take a trade based on that principle right now, which this will be called exponential trading. And these 2 charts have to agree in the direction, And then whenever red takes out green or green takes out red, you enter and you have your stop in play. You know exactly what your loss is going to be. And one looks more bullish than the other. This is the 250 tick chart and the 250 tick chart, the 2,500 and the 250. I could go to what the 1,000. Since it's slow, I switch because the speed, the activity, and the craziness of the market. If it's real slow like this, then we can go lower. If it speeds up, I want to go up, double it. Let's go to the 250 right now. Is everything bullish? Yeah. So if we see red, and don't forget it's below the close, but it can also, it's in the midway point of the 15-minute range. Do I really want to take a trade right here? It's got lots of room to go back up, but it's close to the middle of the range. A better place to trade would have been down here lower. After it swept this pivot level, you got an ideal that, look at this pivot level. This is another beautiful setup. It sweeps the pivot level. What is this? Is this this is 2,500? Wish I could. It sweeps the pivot level, comes up, consolidates over the pivot level, and then goes right back up. Red bar ignored, red bar ignored, red bar. So any of these, the problem is, well, I'm still working out why I would take this trade. I could see why I would take this trade based on the exponential time charts. You see right over here how it consolidates. You got a trend line break. You got red bars ignored. You got, it couldn't sell off. It couldn't sell off. It couldn't sell off. Trend line break. And this consolidation area is the area to take the trade right there. So that's my thinking on it. And that's where I'd want to take the trade. If I was thinking and ready for it. If I was trading today's exponential day, I'm going to take the day and I'm only going to trade these two. I don't care what the hour's doing. I don't care what the 15 minutes doing. I don't care what the 5. They can all be lopsided and backwards and disagreeing. It don't matter because what I'm trading right now is based on these two charts alone. But you do have to incorporate the close of yesterday, the high of yesterday, important pivot levels. As you can see what it's doing on this important pivot level here and what it did on the close of yesterday as it shot down, those are key areas. So you can't just say, I'm going to trade exponentially and ignore those areas. Those are the areas that are giving you reason to take the exponential trade. So if you just want to take the exponential trade without any reason to take it, you can do that, but the probability is going to be lower that it works. But if you want to play, but if you want to be more professional, then I would use these key levels, pivot levels and stuff as a reason to take it. So now we're starting to get, you know, I missed the best trades down there. But if we're going to take them right now, we see that this is about to break out, possibly. And we see plenty of green take out red. Any of these green take out, I could have used my trend line break right here. We have green take out red right here. And the entry would have been above at that, thinking that it's going to break out. Believing that it's going to break out. Where's that at over here on the higher chart? Let me see. It would have hit 1-to-1. And like I said, 1-to-1s if in a market like this is good enough. Over here, yeah. Over here on the exponential time chart, it was looking like that. People might say, but it hasn't broken out yet. I don't let that bother me like I used to. And there are times when I hold that to be true. Like the high of yesterday, I want to make sure it breaks out. It keeps going, consolidating. Or if it's a target and we're going to that point, you know. So, yeah, 1-to-1 would have worked right there. Would I have taken my question now I'm asking myself is, would I have taken this trade here? You see green taking out red. Not necessarily, because I don't like, it's still kind of down. It's down too much. And it's in between the moving averages over here. It's not clear, but it's questionable. It's questionable. It's trapped. I don't like trapped. I don't like it. Got on top of all of them, and that's better for me. It got on top of all the moving averages, and that was much cleaner for me. Yes, it worked, but you got to understand, bad trades work. Bad trades work. That's what traps traders. They think that because it worked, that's somehow, let's keep trading that way. Don't trade that way just because a bad trade works. Now, if we didn't take 1-to-1 on this, obviously we would have lost a full risk reward on that. Now it's back into the trapped area, and I'm not taking no trades in the trapped area. I call it transition area. It could transition and go the other way. So on the lower time chart, it got back above all the moving averages, just as it did on the higher time chart above all the moving averages. For me, that's higher probability to get at least a 1-to-1. Why? Because you're not fighting something that's below or trapped in the moving averages. On both charts agree. That's the whole point of the exponential trading system, is that both charts have to agree. You want them all on the same side of the moving averages. You want them all on the same side, whether it's bullish or bearish. And right now, everything's on the same side again. So we could have taken this little, and I've taken these little trades right here. When you see these exponential trades like this, it doubles. Usually it doubles. If you see that, you're at least going to get a 1-to-1 on that a lot of times. And all of these are potential trade setups. If it's strong, if it moves strong, let's say you lose one and then you get on the other one, or let's say you lose 2 of them in a row. You get one and you hit 3-to-1, you make money. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't be worried about losing if you have a green light to take the trade. We have a green light to take the trade right now. We have a green light to take the trade right now. So let me see what it's doing here. It's potentially able to take this trade right here. And if I lose, I lose. I'm thinking about taking this trade right here. How much is it? How much is it? How much is it? And if I can't figure out my risk reward before the trade takes off, I'm okay with that. That's $33. Okay, I can handle that. I can handle 33. Let me put my order in even. If it don't work, I don't care. This is a good trade.
Order submitted.
This is a good trade for me. And I don't care if I lose it. That's the thing. And it's not all my profits for the day, probably 1/3 of my profits. And if I lose it, I will stop, because I really want
Order filled.
I really want to have a green day today. I really want to have a green day today.
Order submitted.
It doesn't matter if I lose. And this is the mindset on every single trade. And see the way it's acting right now, right here. That I don't like that behavior at all. But that's okay. The trade is in, and if I lose, I lose. That's good. And like I said, I'm too busy talking. I'm missing better opportunities. This one right here was the best opportunity right here. Or if you really want to know what the best opportunity is, the consolidation over this very important pivot level that it just swept. It just swept this. This was a great opportunity right there. Let's look at the exponential chart, because it looked like it was. See, in this case right here, it's risky because it's in between. But after they expand, they're really expanded, and it hits an important level. Like I will give myself a pass on some of the other rules. Okay, because normally if it's trapped in the middle, but it's not going. It just got through coming down strong, and so that tells me it's due for some kind of a bounce, and this is a good area to bounce. So where are we at here on this trade here? I do not know, but we are willing to take our loss like a man, and I've been developing the idea of losing good trades, and it is actually a beneficial thing to do. I recommend everybody practice losing as many good trades as you can mentality. Lose as many good trades as you can mentality is going to help you. I could go to break even if I get the EBG. I don't really want to go to break even because it hasn't even hit 1-to-1 yet. I used to do that. I used to be so scared that I wanted to break even, and then it would come back and hit my stop and then go right back up to $1 or $2 to return. It's like, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather take the loss than to break even too quickly or limit my win. I would rather take the loss. And you can just sort of see price action here and make a decision to get out of the trade. Just get out of the trade. I've done that. Today might not be a bad idea to, you know, well, I'm taking 1-to-1. I'm not going to try to hold it for longer than that. And holding and forcing yourself to take the loss is the best thing you could ever do if you want to get better at trading. And I've been practicing my nunchucks with the techno music. I like to, when my trade is in, that way I don't have to
Order
watch.
canceled.
Okay, I lost it. Fantastic. And I don't know if I'm going to take any more trades because the way this is doing here is quite choppy unless it comes down in this area here. Down in this area here and gives me a 3-bar reversal. And then I've studied that if you see the pattern over and over, you can let it come down. If it's the first time that it's in the trap, don't take it necessarily. But if you see it bouncing and bouncing in that area, then if it's in the trap, it's probably the best place to take the trade. So here we see it bouncing off it's bouncing in these ranges here. I don't know. I would think that I might need to just stop because the 15-minute chart right here it's getting stuck. And because of that, I'm going to keep the rest of my profits for the day. I'm not going to take any more trades. So I'm going to be done with this live stream. It's 11 o'clock, so 9:30 to 11. I love you guys. I will see you on the next video. I hope this helps. Learn to trade for free on this channel. Come practice with me. And God bless you. Peace.